This is my Zastava M70XR, and this thing has gone up in value by about 100 speckles over the past year. I highly suggest this AK. Mine's been great, thousands and thousands of rounds now. Never had an issue with this rifle. They were around 1,400 speckles when I picked mine up. Now you can't find one for under 15. And they are just a solid looking and performing tanky rifle, right? The guy from the AK Operators Union, this is one of the AKs that he shoots, and it is just solid. I will say this though, UTG makes the side mount for them, and they also make this rail. They did a great job on the rail. They've done a really shitty job producing the side mount, so I had to get a different one from Midwest Industries. This one works great. The original one that came on this rifle, it was crooked. Pretty much my optic would not center over bore, and that's kind of what you want. So this Midwest Industry mount, it will let you center your optic over bore, so totally worth it right here. Something that you're probably going to want to swap on this rifle. But as far as the handguard goes, yeah, it's a little bit heavier. For AK recoil though, it's great, and this thing is tanky, it's robust. I've put a lot of different stuff on this rail. It's never warped, it's never flexed, it's never bent, and I honestly think this AK is worth every penny. It's an absolutely amazing home defense gun. There is something to be said about one of these rifles and a bipod. You're not gonna mess with that. So they also just have a really good solid look to them. They're one of the best looking modern AKs in my opinion, and that all comes already done for you. So you do save some money on getting a wood furniture AK and then tearing everything off of it and buying a rail separately. AKs don't go together as easy as ARs do. There's some fitting, some cutting, some grinding that typically goes into something like that. So just being able to get one that already has the full modern rail, you can't beat it, especially for the price. Even if they are 1,500 speckles right now, you got your 1913 pick rail, and then you have all sorts of M-lock. Great rail for larger hands too. And like I said, there's just something to be said about one of these bipoded, great home defense gun. Anybody that complains about the weight, well, how far are you going to carry this thing when defending your home? I mean, it'd be different if you're jumping out of a helicopter into a trench, but people buying these aren't doing that, right? So these do come with a Zukov adjustable folding stock. Mine has been swapped out for a FAB Defense. This is also a folding stock. You can see the pivot point right here, except this one has a built-in shock absorber, and it's just a cooler looking stock, right? And aside from that, I also have the grip. This one's from Fab. Much better than the stock grip, at least for my large hands. And this is a favorite rifle of mine. Thousands and thousands of rounds. She's never failed. Chrome line barrel, still looks great on the inside. And she's just always a pleasure to shoot. This thing turns heads at the range. People ask me questions about this all the time. Get one while you can now, because it wouldn't really surprise me if the asking price on these just kept going up and up. So yeah, get them while you can. There's still a few of them out there. I just looked this up, and they're worth it all day in my personal opinion. We got a laser on here and light. You can do that with this modern rail. Makes everything really easy to mount. It's kind of an issue that a lot of AKs have. When you start mounting stuff to them, you run into issues. Not with this. Everything is solid. It's not going anywhere. And she is just overall a pleasure to own. Hope you enjoyed.